Join me as I dive into the surprising revelations Juanita Bynum shares about T.D. Jakes at 66. Can I uncover the truth behind their story? Juanita Bynum and T.D. Jakes are well-known figures in the Christian community. Juanita Bynum, a renowned televangelist and author, has been a significant voice in the world of faith and spirituality. T.D. Jakes, on the other hand, is a prominent pastor, author, and filmmaker, celebrated for his leadership and influence within the Christian faith. Their contributions have shaped the lives of many, making their relationship and any potential controversies between them a topic of great interest. At 66 years old, Juanita Bynum has finally broken her silence, and what she just revealed about Bishop T.D. Jakes is sending shockwaves through the entire church world. For years, whispers filled the background of conferences, green rooms, and late-night gospel circles, but no one expected her to speak this boldly. Today, for the first time, she is pulling back the curtain on moments that were never meant to be public. And once you hear what she said, you'll understand why so many people are stunned into silence. Stay with me, because this revelation goes deeper than anyone imagined. For decades, Juanita Bynum and T.D. Jakes stood as two towering figures in modern ministry. Their messages shaped generations, their conferences drew millions, and their influence reached far beyond the pulpit. But behind the lights, the packed arenas, and the best-selling books, there were stories quietly unfolding in the shadows, stories that many assumed would never be spoken aloud. And now at 66, Juanita is finally peeling back layers that have been buried for years. She isn't just sharing memories, she's sharing moments that changed her, challenged her, and ultimately pushed her into silence until now. Today we are going to walk through everything she revealed, the turning points, the behind-the-scenes tension, the missed phone calls, the misunderstood actions, and the moments that shook her faith in the people she once trusted most. You won't believe the emotional weight of what she described. And when you hear the timeline of events, the rise, the bond, the breaking, and the echoes of what still remains unresolved, it becomes impossible to ignore the bigger question: what really happened between Juanita Bynum and Bishop T.D. Jakes? Because this is where the story takes a turn that very few saw coming. Before the tension, before the distance, before the questions that people still whisper today, there was a season when Juanita Bynum and T.D. Jakes stood side by side as two of the most influential voices in modern ministry. Their names carried weight, their messages felt like movements, and together they represented a level of spiritual power that reshaped the landscape of American preaching. But to understand the depth of what Juanita revealed at 66, we have to go back to where it all began. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Juanita was rising like a meteor. Her transparency, her intensity, and her raw emotional delivery made her stand out in a world where polished sermons often overshadowed vulnerability. She wasn't polished, she was piercing, and that authenticity pulled in millions. At the same time, Bishop T.D. Jakes was already becoming a global force. His voice, his teaching style, his leadership, and his massive platform positioned him as one of the most respected spiritual leaders in the world. Women Thou Art Loosed had become more than an event. It was a cultural moment, and in that moment Juanita Bynum emerged as one of the faces people could not ignore. This was where their paths collided. T.D. Jakes saw something in Juanita that resonated with the women across his movement. She carried fire, and he created the stage that allowed that fire to spread. Their partnership wasn't just professional, it felt divine, strategic, almost historic. But here's where things get interesting, because whenever two powerful voices come together, the world watches closely. Some celebrate the unity, others quietly analyze every move, every gesture, every decision, and behind the scenes, pressures that outsiders never see begin to build. Juanita once hinted that the pressure of sudden fame, rapid expectations, and the weight of an entire movement on her shoulders created cracks that no one noticed at first. She was stepping into arenas that demanded strength, confidence, and flawless public presentation, but behind closed doors, she was dealing with emotional strain, personal conflict, and spiritual battles that were far heavier than anyone realized. Still, during this season, the two leaders stood strong. The world saw unity. The world saw partnership. The world saw two giants elevating one another. But what they didn't see was what Juanita would later describe as the beginning of a shift. The controversy surrounding Juanita Bynum and T.D. Jakes has been a subject of discussion for many. There have been rumors and allegations that have created tension between them. Some have speculated about the reasons behind their strained relationship, with some pointing to disagreements over theological issues or personal differences. The speculation has left many wondering what really happened between these two influential figures. Over the years, there have been instances where their relationship seemed strained. Some have pointed to public incidents or disagreements that took place at conferences or gatherings. The Christian community has been closely watching their interactions, given their stature and influence. Their history together dates back to when they collaborated on projects and events. However, as time went on, their interactions seemed to change. The shift in their relationship has been a topic of curiosity, with many trying to understand what led to the change. At 66, T.D. Jakes' life and ministry continue to evolve. Recently, Juanita Bynum decided to break her silence about their relationship. In a candid conversation, she shared her insights and revelations about T.D. Jakes, giving us a glimpse into their story. Juanita Bynum shared that their relationship changed due to misunderstandings and miscommunications. She emphasized the importance of forgiveness and moving forward. Her revelations provided a new perspective on their interactions and the reasons behind their strained relationship. Bynum's statements highlighted the complexities of their relationship and the challenges they faced. Her decision to speak out provided closure for some and raised more questions for others. In summary, Juanita Bynum's recent statements about T.D. Jakes offer a deeper understanding of their relationship and the issues that have arisen between them. Her insights have sparked a renewed conversation about their interactions and the implications for their relationship. What do you think about Bynum's revelations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're interested in more updates on this story or related topics, be sure to watch my next video. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.